Hello, my name is Romolo Tschantret and welcome to my YouTube video. This is going along with the series that I talked about, the 5-part series, and today's series will be on the Golden Nugget. Today we see so many scientists that are talking about the achievements that they make, and what it is that this Golden Nugget I'm talking about is the television and media center. They're paying for their finances through TV programs. And what they're actually doing is losing the credibility of their own abilities to relate to people about what their true findings are. There's been so many speculations and theories and things that they're talking about that really don't make any sense and really doesn't even go into a format of what their research is on. For example, Mikio Kaku. He was on one of these TV series where he was talking about the scientific achievements of the future, nearby future. Some of the things that he's mentioned are easily refutable. Like, and the thing is I understand that these shows are made for just the general public to look at and to be amazed at and to make people think about the possibilities that science can achieve. But like I said, a lot of the things that they have on these shows are unachievable, and it really diminishes the character of the person themselves. Like one issue that he brought up that I thought was really interesting, he was talking about, and this is the example, the Star Wars movies coming out, and Mikio Kaku was mentioning about a lightsaber that he could invent with 1,000,000 miniature batteries to heat up a ceramic rod. And what was funny is that he had some sci-fi people there that were like, wow, this is amazing how he could do it. These batteries could produce enough heat where this lightsaber could do the actual things that were achieved on the Star Wars movie. The thing with that is a ceramic is a glass, and there's no way that you can actually fight with glass because it would break. Another thing, it would be easy to test his theory. There's electricity outlets in your house and there's electricity everywhere where you could boost the amperage up to whatever amperage he was talking to heat up the ceramic rod. It could never achieve what he's stating, but it's easy to put that to practice, to plug it into an outlet to see if you could actually heat up a rod to that point. 220, 440, 600 amps, 1200 amps, go to the nuclear chemical power plant and plug it in there. I guarantee you it will not achieve what he says. That's one thing. Another thing he was on talking about was a cloak machine, a cloaking device thing, which is really funny to me. It was like a cloak in reverse, because you would have to have the person have special glasses and you would wear special clothes to be invisible to the person. So if you were going to go into a building and you were going to be invisible, then you would have to wear your special clothing and ask the people to please wear these glasses so they couldn't see you. You see? So that's some of the things that that I was talking about the television. Another thing is that Stephen Hawking, he's also been a lot of times on TV. He's been the voice at Futurama, a cartoon, and The Big Bang Theory, and they make themselves celebrities instead of scientists. And a lot of the things that they do mention in these shows, which people are looking at, kind of devaluates their credibility. Another thing is a lot of them are on theorist belief stations about UFOs. There's no evidence in anything that they talk about, and everything is a theory or possibility or maybes. So that's the thing that we see. So when we see scientists talking about my last video that I made about terraforming, when they talk about terraforming, they put so many things that are not actually possible, and these are the scientists that people are relying on to tell them the truth. So when they state these fictional possibilities, people are believing in them and investing in them. And so we see that it's actually robbing them, because it's stating things that are untruths and saying that they're true and they're possible, and we can achieve these possibilities. In actuality, what they're doing is losing their credibility, because when you look at the Mars mission to see that the Earth itself needs help, they could be focusing on the planet itself that can be fixed, but instead they're letting people believe that the hope for mankind is to go into outer space. So that's just another example of what is actually happening. And the thing is also is that all the scientists, when they see that people are interested in the non-truths, they all jump onto it and they become united in the statement that is not true. And that's the thing that's important, because when you get one scientist fabricating about something, then it's okay and it's logical. Okay, he has a theory, he has a possibility, believing in that, but it's not true. But when you have all of them coming in on it, then when it's not true, then it's deceiving the public itself on what is actually reality. So we see here that these scientists are collaborating together behind closed doors to make people believe what they're saying is actually true, even though they put some kind of narrative in there stating that it's not true. But because they're all together saying it, it makes people believe that it's more accurate than it actually is, because in all reality, it's a total lie, because they can't prove anything that they're saying, and the fact that they're stating it themselves by saying that theorists believe this is possible, or this could have been the situation back then. And so you get all these scientists together saying this, and so that gives it more validity of being correct when it's not correct. A lot of the things and a lot of theories that they work on are actually viable to work, and which is true, but a lot of times they try to make their point as an absolute. And we know in science nothing is an absolute. Things are changing constantly. We see this a lot today. Today's science is this theory works, tomorrow something else came up and somebody else has a new theory. So we see that instead of making things absolute, as they do, it would be nicer if they say at this time these things can work or possibly work, but they're not actually, they state it as reality when in truth they're not reality, even at the time that they're speaking about. So when these scientists are speaking, and this is where the fabrication comes from, they put, you can make anything possible if you put the impossible in, and so this is why, and you'll see a lot of the things that they talk about, like when we were talking about the Mars mission, if you put the impossible thing, like Mars could actually work with someone pumping in oxygen on the planet, and it could work with the plant life and the carbon dioxide and all the other elements. See, but without the other stuff, the ozone layer, without the magnetic field, see, it cannot work. But they put the impossible in. If we had that working, then all these other things can work. I mean, there's a lot of examples. If you're looking at when they're talking about a lot of their things today, they put an impossible scenario first. And then when you're believing in this impossible theory, then their calculations or figures or anything are possible because you have the impossible in there first. if the impossible was possible, because it could be possible sometime in the future at some period of events that would happen in some kind of dimension, in some kind of universe, in some kind of, time frame, then yeah, if you put all those possibilities of impossibilities together with Mars, then yeah, it would be possible. But it's not possible because the impossible has been put in first. So, and like I said, they all collaborate together, making this possible. And a lot of the things that they talk about cannot be proven. And how they do this, and it's really nice because it works well with how they present themselves as being credible to what they're saying. And what I'm stating is the time frame that they stated in. This could be a possibility in 50 years. They're not even going to be alive in 50 years. So they made their money off of the television show, which is nice. I like to have a television show too. And I could throw all the theories myself and, possibilities and stuff like that. So this is what I'm talking about, the Golden Nugget, and seeing a lot of the stuff that a lot of them are really looking towards television, not only to explain what they know, but to explain what they don't know as facts. But again, the nice thing that they do say, this is a theory, possibility, this could have happened, should have happened, would have happened. So many people are so wrapped up in all these theories and possibilities that they're really losing the reality in learning what is true and what is false, because this is the thing. If they're stating what is false as being true, then when they state something true, it's hard for people to really associate the true from the false. And so everything that they say is credible, would be credible or not. See, that's what I'm saying. So that's where they lose the credibility. Is he really saying something that he's actually sure that could actually happen, or is he stating something that he believes that could happen, but when under research it's proven that it's false? So they're actually making false statements. So that's what I'm talking about. The Golden Nugget is that they're all jumping on speculative scientific shows. So what I'm seeing here with all these scientists coming in on the television and all these propaganda TV programs of what could be and what could not be, it only shows me that they're not really concerned with finding out the truth. They're concerned with the financial gains that they can make out of the TV programs and what they're doing and what they're saying. Because a lot of the things that they do say, and they say it with such conviction a lot of times, but they do throw in that narrative of ancient theorists believe, UFO theorists believe. They put in a statement that states that this is possibly true, but we have no proof that it's true. But they say it with the conviction that it is true. And so that's what we have to acknowledge, that it's actually all these TV shows are for financial gain, which is fine because that's how they make their money. But like I said, they're really losing their credibility when they're looking at the money factor rather than the reality factor and helping people to believe what is actually true or not true.